Hello, this is Christine, and today I want to see what it's like to use OpenAI Codex. So recently I've been having a chance to play around with Claude Code, and I want to see what potentially OpenAI can offer. So this is something that they had made available pretty recently. They have it in open source, Apache 2 license available here, and I literally have not installed it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and check it out and try a couple of quick things just to get a feel for what it can do. And it's a coding agent that runs in your terminal, so let's go ahead and get this up and running. So let's go ahead and do the install, and I'm assuming you have to have a node installed ahead of time. So let's go ahead and get that installed. Okay, so up and running really quickly, and go back to the browser and see what else it can do after you have it installed. Okay, so once you get it installed, you can also need OpenAI API key. You can get that so long as you kind of log in and set up billing. So let me go ahead and get that set up and export it and then come back. Alright, so I went into my terminal and I exported it. I've cleared the history so you don't get a look at the sensitive key. And then it looks like then what we can do is in the browser, we can then run some code to say, maybe just check out the code. So I do actually have one really quick thing that I want to try out. So previously I've been working on an app and I wanted to kind of get a README because it didn't have one ahead of time. And as part of that, what you see here is a Z code editor, and I just was using open source model Quen to just ask it to write me a README file. It wasn't quite what I wanted, so I want to see if I can actually get Codex to do that for me. So the same app is on here, and I'm just going to use the command to actually ask it to explain, or maybe just quickly just tell it, just create a README for me. Alright, so let's give it a shot. Oh, I actually have to run it. My bad. Alright, let's run Codex. Let's start it. And it says sign in with ChatGPT, or to generate a key, or paste one you already have. Okay, so I do already have a key, so I'm going to go here and move this window. Come on. Use the arrow key. ZSS. Alright, that took a little bit of time. And I paste my key, put the asterisk on it, and set a local session working directory many latest to OpenAI, suggest explain this code base. So I just want to say update the README. My hope is it actually goes in and checks out the rest of the pieces of the code. So I'll let it go ahead and see what it does, and we'll come back and see how successful it was. Okay, I'll say I'd like a new project description, install instructions for local development. That should be, and also how to contribute. Okay. So I had to kind of like restart it, and it asked me to paste the API key again. I kind of got myself in a weird place. So I'll just say update the README, and now it's thinking and it's reading a lot of these different files. Alright, so it's checking information, all of the stuff that's in there. So I'll wait and see until it's done. Alright, looks like it kind of got some skeleton, and it's asking me to allow this command. I'm assuming it's going to update it. I say yes. We can always change it because we've got this under version control, so if it does something we don't like, we can always skip it out. And once that's going on, I actually do want to go check out what else it can do. So sounds like it's written in Rust, which is pretty good. You can read any file, it can auto edit, read and write files, some other things that you can do. Okay, it's a pretty good start. It doesn't currently support some of the things that, say, Claude Code can do, but it's definitely a good start. All right, so let's go back to here, and looks like it's got the file up and running. And if I go check it out, now looking at Z, you could use cursor something else. I'll see and check if it actually looks pretty good. So yeah, it looks like it went in. It's got some information about the tech stack, database. It kind of picked up a lot of the things that were in it. Supervised projects, got information about how to install it, run it in production, run the dev. Pretty good start. Okay, so that's test number 1. Let's see what else this can do. Okay, so what else do I want to do? Maybe start a brand new project and see what else it can do. What are these commands? Clear conversation history, compact, sessions, help, model. You can select a model, you can generate a diff. Let's clear the history. And now we're going to do a very quick project just to test out some of the new things that it can do. Now coming to the browser, I want to try this particular flow where you just say approval mode full auto. I guess it's kind of like the YOLO mode. And I'm going to ask it to create a crossword puzzle app instead of a fancy to-do app and see how it does. So let me just copy and paste this section. And I'm going to paste the whole thing into my terminal. I've got a new directory. All right, let's see. It can be dangerous to run a coding agent outside of a Git repo. Yeah, why not? Okay. We'll kind of watch it for a little bit, see how far it goes. But it looks like it's thinking. All right, running some of the commands. And what I'd actually asked it to do, just to kind of scroll back up, is I asked it to just create a crossword puzzle app using Astro for the front end. And then it's planning it, it's outlining the steps, creating a directory, it's going to install all these different things. And I guess hopefully I can come back and I can get my nice little crossword puzzle app. Quick check back in, it's been about 206 seconds and counting, and it's doing something that it appears to be happy with. I'll continue waiting. I still haven't seen the final code, but I have confidence. All right, not too long after that, it looks like it should have my crossword app ready to run in localhost. Okay, let's see this. I'm gonna just create a new here. I guess I should go to cd crossword puzzle app, npm install, installed fine, then npm run dev. All right, it said it's running and I should be able to check it out. So let's see how it runs in the browser. Okay, so this is what it looks like in the browser. Not quite a particularly promising result, but it was looking good so far. I kind of sort of know what this problem is because sometimes it looks like these LLMs might have old information and they might be installing things the old way. But I guess I might have given it something that's a little bit outside of like the regular simple to do app. But I would say that the flow kind of looked okay. I might just try fixing it really quickly and come back and see how easy it was. Just to catch you up on what happened, there was this error that I was seeing, and I started a Codex session and I just pasted information saying I get this error. It did a whole bunch of stuff. It found out that there was probably a dependency was missing, and after thinking a whole bunch, I'm getting dizzy. It looked at the package JSON and knew that it needed to add a particular dependencies, tried to add it, and then decided that I should do that myself, which I then did. I just ran npm install again like it said, and then at that point I got my crossword puzzle without a puzzle. So I kind of slept on it and decided that I wanted to check in on this blank screen. It was bothering me a little bit, so I actually fired up Codex again this morning and just basically looked into the inspector of the browser and found this uncaught syntax error, which I then asked Codex to help me with. It kind of went through its thinking, figured out that it was possibly a TypeScript error, went and resolved the error, and then the result was I actually was able to get something that was not a blank screen. The UI might leave a little bit more to be expected, but I think that's something that can be worked through back and forth. So all in all, I would say that the experience using Codex was nice, especially if you're doing some simple things, and potentially there's some areas of improvement. Perhaps I could choose a different model and get it to give me some better output. But I would say that it's kind of like a go-to that I could use in the future for some of the agentic coding tasks that I need. And I do like the fact that it didn't cost that much. For everything I did, it came up to about 87 cents total. So yeah, we'll definitely be putting this in my toolbox to use at different times. And I hope this kind of just gave you a quick intro about how you can use OpenAI Codex to just do a little bit of agentic coding. So hopefully you can join us in some future video series that we kind of test out some of these different AI tools. Thank you.